Hello everyone, welcome to my kitchen. I'm Velmore. Today I'm going to be bringing you a recipe from the Overwatch Cookbook. This is going to be a vanilla milkshake from the soldier turned vigilante Jack Morrison, aka Soldier 76. This is the 76. Let's get started. So I'm going to start this by making my own sprinkles. And it's going to start with me sifting powdered sugar, because I want to make sure that there are no lumps when I pipe this. Corn syrup, water, and vanilla. And now I am going to mix that together until it's smooth. And now I'm going to sift in some more powdered sugar. And now I'm going to mix that together. Now into some separated bowls, I'm going to add some food coloring. And I'm going to go with red and blue for the red, white, and blue theme I'm going for with this dish. And I'm going to mix that together. And some of the directions I found say to make this part darker than you want it to be because it will lighten up as it dries. So I'm going to add a few more red drops into that. And now I'm just going to pipe these in 2 lines. And now I am going to let these sit and dry, ideally overnight, but I didn't really give myself that much time today, so I'll check on it in like 6 or 7 hours and see how it looks. Jack joined the US Army at the age of 18 to fight the Omnic Crisis, where he was quickly noticed by leadership for his skill and bravery. This earned him a position in the secret government soldier enhancement program, the same one that Gabriel Reyes joined. This also left him with an opportunity to become one of the founding members of Overwatch, where he quickly became the commander and public face of the organization. He retained this position until Overwatch was disbanded. And now that I've let this dry out, I'm just going to break it up into little pieces. Now I am going to make a white chocolate sauce for this. So I'm going to start with white chocolate chips and heavy cream. And I am going to microwave that for about 20-30 seconds at a time until it is completely melted, stirring it in between sessions. And now that that has melted, I am going to dip my glass into the chocolate, and then I am going to roll it in the sprinkles. Now to the rest of my white chocolate, I am going to add some red food dye. And I'm going to mix that together. And now I am just going to pour the red dye down the inside of the glass to make red stripes. And now I'm going to make some whipped cream. So I'll start with heavy cream. And I'm just going to whip it with my hand mixer until it becomes whipped cream. And to this, I'm going to add some blue food dye. And just mix that all together. And now it's time for the milkshake part of it. So I'm going to start with milk, vanilla, and vanilla ice cream. And I'm just going to blend it together until it's smooth. Now it's time to assemble. So I'll pour my milkshake, top it with some whipped cream, and then finish with some more sprinkles. So there was a lot of missed potential with this recipe. Some of it due to errors I've made, some of it to just how the recipe was written. First, and one that definitely comes from the recipe itself, the whipped cream did not have any flavor. There was no vanilla, there was no sugar added to it, it was just heavy cream. Now that may have been something to try and balance out some of the sweetness in other places, but even just a little bit of vanilla in that to give it something And one of the ones that may have been my fault was the white chocolate. I may have cooked it too long. I don't know if it was just supposed to barely start to come together and melt, because when you tried to dip it, it just ran down the glass. And when I tried to make streaks in the glass, it just kind of ran. It didn't have any hold on its own. And like I said, I'm not sure if I cooked it too long or if the recipe just had the wrong proportions. But aside from that, it was really tasty, and I wish it had worked better. And then the final thing, it's kind of hard to figure out what's right when the recipe just calls for an unmeasured serving of something. This just called for 8 scoops of ice cream. I wish it had said, a pint, half a pint, whatever it might be, but I ended up not putting enough in. It was far more liquid than milkshake. But again, it was delicious. I mean, it was just milk and vanilla ice cream, so nothing to really screw up there. And so that overall is just what I think. There were some good moments and some moments that missed. I will say the sprinkles turned out great, but that was another recipe that I pulled off the internet that wasn't part of this. I just thought it would be a nice attempt to make my own sprinkles. I hope you enjoyed. You can follow me on Instagram or Twitter at chef_Velmore. The links will be in the description below. I'll also put the link to the sprinkles recipe that I used. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and come on back next week for another recipe.